all our Sports Today family members. Yesterday, we saw an incredible heist by Jos Buttler. What a brilliant knock that he played. 100, his seventh century, and all seven centuries have come in a winning cause whenever he has hit them. Now, Jos Buttler, one has to understand how important this knock is. In the 14th over, RR's win predictability was 0.44. After the end of the 19th, it had risen to 97. That is how brilliant Jos Buttler's knock was. He had started off slowly until the 16th over. Then, after that, by the end of the 20th over, his strike rate had improved to 250. The last 65 runs that he got came of 26 deliveries, and that is where Jos Buttler believes in how to manage the situation, how to accelerate, how to take the game deep and ensure that he wins it. Now, after the game, he had stated that yes, he's gotten inspired by Virat Kohli and MS Dhoni for the way how they take the game deep and get the job done. Now, all these kind of things, if you look at it, Jos Buttler's tribute to Kohli and Dhoni is in a way placed and misplaced for two reasons. One, Dhoni, if he takes the game deep now, it fails most of the time. Kohli, he's not able to get that strike rate going at this point in time. And there are a lot of criticisms as to, okay, why Virat was wrong, Rohit was wrong, why Buttler is right in that sense. We had mentioned in both the hundreds that they had scored, it didn't help the team because there was a strike rate issue in that. Virat, while batting first, can't get the template. That's the problem. Rohit, his other century that he had hit, unfortunately, what had happened was, yes, he slowed down towards the end, but it was also compounded by the fact that two things happened. If you compare it with the Jos Buttler thing, you have to also understand what happened in the Rohit Sharma situation. Rohit Sharma didn't get much of the strike. He at least got a valuable cameo from one end. Roman Powell did that. In the case of Rohit, there wasn't any notable cameo apart from Tilak Verma in that knock. So that is the situation that we are confronting. For as far as the Indian team is concerned, everybody is just concerned about, okay, our Rohit did well, our Virat did well. No one's bothered about Team India. That's the situation. And if you manage to ensure that they do it, then you have a major problem. No one's interested in Team India. Everybody is just concentrating on one individual or two individuals for that matter. And that is why you never win major events, because you only want individual performances. This is the same thing that Gautam Gambhir has always highlighted. Individual performances take precedence. Nothing else matters. This is where 10 years from now, you've not won anything. 11th year now in this sense. So that is the current thing that we are looking at. Now there is lot of speculation over what is the T20 World Cup squad. Yesterday I had carried a report from the Indian Express stating that yes, Hardik Pandya might be in contention, but he has to bowl more often. The selectors are worried about his bowling. They are interested in Shivam Dube. But at this point in time, Dube is not a bowler. How on earth will you get the team composition and the balance right? Now, there are reports stating that there is one report from Dainik Jagran which is stating that Riyan Parag might be, the selectors are interested and is in the scheme of things. Because Riyan Parag in this 2024 IPL has been in great form. He's second in the orange cap list and his runs have come at a very crucial interval also. Yesterday in the game versus KKR, he managed to hit 34 of 14 balls. Some cameos are helping the team in a big way. And because of that, Riyan Parag is being looked at in this particular situation. So very interesting development when it comes to the Indian cricket team. If you want to look at it, the selection. So by the end of April, we'll come to know what is the team that we have got. Whether Rohit or Virat will open together. If that is the case, then maybe Shubman Gill is your backup opener. Rohit, Virat to open, followed by number 3, whoever is picked at that point. Surya, maybe Shubman Gill might be number 3. Then there is Surya Kumar Yadav, Yashasvi. Then you got Hardik Pandya, Rinku Singh. Then you got your keeper in Sanju Samson / Rishabh Pant / Jitesh. We don't know how this is going to happen in that sense, how the team is going to be selected, but whatever it is, some loopholes will be there because your bowling attack, barring a Jasprit Bumrah, is just not able to match up. Avesh Khan is there, but Avesh Khan, out of the first 6 games that he's played, 2 have resulted in very expensive returns for him. 4, he's done well. He's done well in 4 games. So that is the situation that we are looking at. If you have to look at it, your bowling is really, really going to struggle looking at the situation that's there in the IPL. Jasprit Bumrah has shown form, but then at this point in time, if you look at it, Jasprit Bumrah may just be played out. And that's where his wicket-taking capabilities might be dented slightly. Teams are now content on playing Bumrah out. They can get the benefit from the other bowlers also. So, worries for Team India heading into the T20 World Cup. And I had put them as one of the top 4, but not as the contenders for the title at this point in time. There are other teams which are slightly ahead in the curve, but you never know. One good day that you may have for all the 11 years that you've had the pain, you're at least getting one good day. If you get 2 good days, great. You can maybe win the T20 World Cup in that sense. So it is a long shot, but there is a bit of hope. But looking at your bowling lineup and looking at the way how many complications are there in the batting, it's a long shot. Let's be very, very honest about it. So we are currently focusing only on Team India. We don't want to focus on individuals at this point in time. Rohit in form, Virat in form, how they do well on that day, that is what matters. So that's the situation. And today we are looking at Gujarat Titans versus Delhi Capitals. Very important game for both teams. Gujarat Titans coming off a win versus Rajasthan Royals. They will be hoping that they can continue the run and at least make a push to the top 4. With RR's win, KKR, SRH and CSK are level on 8 points. And this is where if GT win, they will also come into that mix at this point. So very important game for GT. DC have got their injury woes. There is no Mitchell Marsh. There is no David Warner is in doubt because he suffered an injury during the game versus LSG. There was taping in his hand, and that's why you could see a bit of a change in the Delhi Capitals lineup. Will Warner feature? That seems to be very unlikely at this point. Now, as far as other sports is concerned, after a break of 1 day, we have got the candidates resuming. Candidates chess, the last 4 rounds are remaining. Round number 11, round number 12, round number 13, round number 14. In these 4 rounds that's going to begin, you are going to see history being created. And Pragnananda, Vidit Gujrati and Gukesh all are playing in white pieces. If they can hold their own, they have got lesser opponents coming up in the remainder of the games, then maybe, just maybe, you can see a miracle happen. So Vidit Gujrati, he beat Nakamura twice, but he's facing a very difficult opponent. Pragnananda, on the other hand, he will be desperate to ensure that he doesn't slip away from the pack. Gukesh, on the other hand, is level with Nepomniachtchi. So that's why the last 4 rounds, 21st of April, you'll probably see a bit of glory happening. But if that doesn't happen, then unfortunately, it's a big, big mischance for Indian chess at this point. So candidates round 11 is beginning. Let's see how it happens. 12 a.m. IST is beginning. Toronto, 2:30 p.m. Toronto time. So let's see how that pans out. In the UEFA Champions League, we saw a big, big development with Paris Saint-Germain dumping out Barcelona. Yes, Barcelona had a 2-goal advantage heading into this leg, but unfortunately they lost with Kylian Mbappe scoring 2 goals. And because of that, Paris Saint-Germain have taken the revenge that happened 6 to 7 years ago. They were up 5-0. But then Barcelona scored 6 goals, and that is why it was dubbed as the comeback of the millennium. And that's why big, big kudos to Paris Saint-Germain for putting on a great, great effort. This was truly a magnificent match. You saw Kylian Mbappe and Ousmane Dembele do well. And unfortunately, Barcelona, they were playing with 10 men with 1 person being sent off in the 29th minute. A red card was given. And that's why kudos to them. And Barcelona, yet again, what goes around does come around. 7 years ago, they had the ultimate comeback for the ages. 6-5 they had won after being trailing by 5-0. But now, wonderful, wonderful effort. So great, great stuff indeed from Paris Saint-Germain. They have dumped Barcelona out of the UEFA Champions League in the quarterfinal. And that's why Wonderful, wonderful situation for them. As far as other sports is concerned, the Olympic torch has been lit now and they will commence their tour around the world. Remember, just 3 months to go for the July Paris Olympics. So now the torch has been lit. As far as other sports is concerned, yesterday the UPSC results were out, and a former rifle shooter and a former marksman, Tejas Shankar Prasad, he has managed to clear the UPSC exam. And because of this, he's now joined in the civil services. That's a great, great feat indeed. There'll be a special mojo on that. So do check that out on Sports Today when that happens. So this is the current situation that we have got. Today it's GT versus DC. We are now reaching that stage when most of the teams will have played about 9 games, and then you will see your World Cup T20 selection by the end of April. Okay, MTT creation. Someone please tell Sen not to chew gum while bowling. Well, that is his style, MTT creation. I can't tell him that. Magnus, Bumrah has gone wicketless in 3 out of 6 games. Teams trying to play him out and attack more on rest of the bowlers. Yes, that's true. Bumrah in 3 out of the 6 games, he's not taken wickets. But whenever he's taken wickets, it's been deadly. JRK, Ashwin and Jurel's form a concern for RR. Well, Ashwin has not been in good form at all in white ball cricket when you look at it, especially T20 cricket. That's a concern. Jurel, of course, but how many chances has Jurel got? That's the problem. Jurel hasn't got that many chances, and that's why in the race for the wicketkeeper slot, you're mostly looking at a Sanju, Rishabh, and a Jitesh at this point. So it's a big, big concern. Then KK, good morning, sir. There is some report about Riyan Parag in World Cup contention. Is it true? There is a report circulating around that the selectors have expressed interest in Riyan Parag, that maybe he could be included in the squad of 15. But we have to wait for it. There is nothing at this point. There is nothing, no confirmation as such. You'll only come to know about it once the squad is announced by April end or by May 1st. Because you have to announce it by May 1st. Unless there is a emergency and the ICC agrees to it, then and only then you can do it. So that's the current situation that we have got. Daniel M. India's bowling attack in World Cup looks worrying. Bumrah can't bowl 12 overs. Yes, it does look worrying. Avesh, Arshdeep, Siraj, out of that, 2 are not in good form. Siraj is in not good form at all. So is Arshdeep. Avesh is the only guy who seems to be in good touch. His death bowling was good in 4 games. So that's why. Sanket Mishra. Mustafizur available till 1 May. Can CSK sign Hazelwood for backhand? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Then you'll have to rely on Sikshana then. That's the only way. Patirana has been in great form. That's the one great sign for CSK that you have got. Best catch of this IPL so far. JRK, doubtful. I mean, there have been other good catches that have come. I'll have to check. I just said from the top of my mind, I can't recollect. I think it'll be better to replace Venkatesh Iyer with a bowler. Maybe Venkatesh Iyer is there because he's not been batting in position. He's been swapped around. So let's see how that happens. So that is the current situation. Today it is GT was your best match of IPL 2024. Pawan Suresh. If I have to look at the thriller aspect of it, I think KKR SRH was good. That was a pretty good game. The kind of hitting that was there on display, it was phenomenal when you look at it. Then SRH Punjab Kings, I would say that yes, it was an artificial experiment. Unadkat just barely managed to defend 27. As far as the other games are concerned, well, Mumbai RCB, there wasn't much to debate about. And if you look at all the other games also, not much. So I think KKR SRH for me, game number 2, which saw a brilliant catch from Suyash Sharma to ensure that KKR won that game. I think that's the best match of IPL. So sure, you had a 277, you had a 288, 287 rather, but I think that was good. GTRR, you may say that was good. That was also good, but I think KKR SRH, that was better. The kind of hitting that you saw. Your best match of IPL 25, I think I would rate that KKR SRH. How do you rate the West Indies bowling attack in upcoming World Cup? It's decent, but I'll reserve my reservations for that. That's the thing. Shivam Shah, it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge if Bukesh or Parag or Vidit make it. I went to meet them as I'm in Toronto. All of them always interact with fans after the match. Of course, Shivam Shah, they are the best players to interact with, and especially Vidit. Very down to earth, and also Parag. Parag may seem a bit aloof, but then he's admitted to me that facing up to the media is the toughest thing than playing chess. And Gukesh also very nice guy at this point. And glad you're in Toronto. Do support them for the remainder of the 4 rounds that is there. And I feel West Indies squad are just 10 batters and hoping to score. I think I agree with that also, Daniel. And Oz may be looking weaker than 2021. You never know with Australia. Let's not look into IPL and bilaterals. We all thought that they were weak in 2023, but with Cummins the captain and now Marsh the captain, you don't know how that's going to happen. And Marsh has also got a golden touch in T20 cricket. Let's be very honest about it. But what is the situation of Mitchell Marsh that we do not know? He's currently in Australia. Let's see how UCL qualifies with the link. Didn't expect PSG to upset Barca. Sportsman, that's the way it is. Brilliant performance from Mbappe and Dembele, and that's why a 4-1 victory ensures that they won by 6-4. That was the aggregate. And no away goals means that they had a comfortable buffer, and excellent stuff from Paris Saint-Germain. They have dumped Barcelona out, and great stuff indeed. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. We'll be back with more updates on Sports Rate. Other bell icons whenever you go live. Don't forget to join us for the GT versus DC encounter today at the Narendra Modi Stadium. Bye-bye.